If you are going out to cold approach beautiful women and you just freeze up the moment you actually see a beautiful woman, then that's good because your body has recognized that you need to do some inner work before you actually go out and cold approach. If you're able to do this inner work properly, then you will be able to attract any girl that you want without ever uttering a single word. I taught this to a guy who used to have panic attacks around women. Now he just goes on dates weekly and he exudes a sense of calmness and confidence. You need to understand two spiritual principles before you actually start doing this work. The first is your personal physical reality, the things that you can see in your visible world, is just an illusion. This is the reason why yogis call our visible physical reality as Maya. And the second spiritual principle that you need to understand is your persistent imagination is always creating your personal reality. This is what Neville Goddard used to say. Now, I am going to show you a quick meditation based on these two spiritual principles. Now, I'm going to do Yoga Nidra or non-sleep deep rest protocol where I use my attention and guide it through my body parts until I feel absolutely relaxed. Now, because I have been a meditator for 3 years, Yoga Nidra comes very naturally to me. You will have to put in a little more effort in order to gain the same level of relaxation. Now I am mentally rehearsing an imaginal act where I already have the desired result. This is the part where you start to visualize that you are approaching beautiful women and the approach is going really well. Or start to visualize that beautiful women are approaching you and you are just there with a big smirk on your face. Provide the sensory vividness to this imaginal act. Visualize that girls are complimenting you, saying things like, "Wow, you're so amazing. I'm so lucky to meet a guy like you." Visualize that you are smelling their perfume. Visualize that you guys are kissing. Provide all the sensory vividness, and you'll be able to feel elevated emotions of happiness and joy. The more you mentally rehearse this imaginal act and provide the sensory vividness, the more accomplished and joyful you're going to feel by simply running this mental act over and over again. The reason why this meditation works is because when you do Yoga Nidra or non-sleep deep rest protocol, you are guiding your attention through your body parts one by one until you achieve a state of relaxation. This is when your breathing rate slows down. When your breathing rate slows down, your brain waves slow down as well. Your brain starts to create these slow, coherent alpha waves and theta waves. Now, the door between the conscious mind and subconscious mind is wide open. Now your conscious mind starts to imagine wonderful things, and all this imaginal act will go right into your subconscious mind only after you do Yoga Nidra. After you do Yoga Nidra, you start to visualize all these wonderful things are actually happening to you in real time. Or you can visualize that all these wonderful things have already happened to you. Provide the sensory vividness, the things that you can see, hear, smell, taste, feel, and ask yourself questions like, what would I feel like if all these things have already happened to me? Asking yourself these types of questions will excite feelings within your body. You will start to feel happy, joyful, satisfied, accomplished, thrilled after you mentally rehearse this imaginal act over and over again. And Neville Goddard said, feeling is the secret. So unless you can actually feel the elevated emotions out of your imaginal act, these imaginal acts are just powerless. Neville Goddard says that consciousness is the one and only reality. And feelings and imagination are the facts of consciousness. What this means is, if you persistently imagine all these wonderful things happening to you, and you can feel the elevated emotions out of this imaginal act, then your imagination will eventually get outpictured into your physical world because consciousness is the one and only reality. Now, of course, it is going to be difficult to feel these elevated emotions all of a sudden because an average human being has practiced feeling negative emotions for so long. So it is very easy for you to feel emotions of negativity like unworthiness, boredom, or some anger, resentment. But it will be difficult for you to feel these elevated positive emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment, accomplishment, success, victory. But invest in yourself for at least 7 days because if it was easy, everybody would do this and everybody would be able to control their physical reality. An average human being cannot even visualize in first person. An average human being cannot even relax his body completely by doing yoga nidra. Because I have been a meditator for 3 years, when I close my eyes, I immediately get thrown into that meditative space. But you need to practice for at least 7 days in order to get this thing right. The reason why every guy chases women is because Rene Descartes in the 1600s divided existence into two substances. One is mind, the other is matter. And the entire Western civilization considered the study of matter to be scientific. This is the reason why fields like physics, chemistry, biology got advanced really quickly. But because the Western civilization has completely disregarded mind, it has left a deep philosophical wound in every modern man's psychology. However, if you learn how to do this inner work properly, you will soon realize that matter originates out of your mind. Physical events, circumstances in your life are just a reflection of the mental activities that are happening within you. You used to chase. Now the reality will chase you because you have learned how to use the power of your mind. Only about 15% of you guys will actually start doing this inner work tonight. But that's good because if everybody starts doing this, then there would be no competitive advantage. Now, if you feel inspired by this video, I want you to do this inner work tonight as you go to bed to fall asleep because that is the moment when your brain is naturally trying to create these slow, coherent alpha waves and theta waves. Your subconscious mind is naturally trying to become receptive. So do not miss this moment. Practice this for at least 7 days, or you can ignore and become stuck in your life. But if you do this, your dating life will become effortless and you will realize that your inner world is controlling your outer physical world. Now, if you want one-on-one personalized coaching from me, where I will teach you how to develop a powerful imagination, attention, and capacity to sustain these elevated positive feelings so that your imagination gets outpictured into your physical world fast, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box and the pinned comment section as well. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.